I'm gonna ask you this: is Eric July slowly killing his brand?
Oh boy. I'm gonna just give you your flowers, unfortunately.
Me? I don't see how you couldn't see it. I think you saw it. You just didn't want to believe it.
I just look. I want to be wrong.
Hey
I
man, go
wasn't
ahead, man.
wrong. I was not wrong with the Little Mermaid. Still waiting on that
Hey, no,
50
hey,
bucks.
you're right. You're right. I do owe you. I
Still,
do owe
still
you
waiting
dinner
on
for
that
that.
one.
I do
But,
owe you dinner for that. I got you.
but I will say this. I will say this. Look, look. I don't hate Eric July. I really don't. I just think that when it comes down to like the Ripperverse now, it's just all right. I get it. You wanna topple all of the Warner Brothers, Marvel, in that sense, but oh man, I gotta bring this shit back, man.
Go
Hold on.
ahead, man.
We gotta bring back. Oh God, Jesus Christ, man! I am just immensely disappointed. Just all I need him to do is just focus on the Ripperverse, but I don't think that's happening. I really don't. I really don't think that's happening. I really don't because like you're going to heel versus babyface. What are you doing? Stop. Why are you over there? Why are you over like why do you need him? I don't understand. He needs you more than you need him.
Oh,
I don't get it.
your
And then on
boy.
top of that, no. You know, Roscoe, you're right. You're right. No. I think the anti-woke selling point was a bad way to find the series. No, you don't think so, right? This is what I mean. When you try to make anti-woke or it's not anti-woke, well, you're hanging out with the people that are anti-woke. What are you talking about? Like what are we talking about?
Okay, so does anti woke have a shelf life? That's what you're saying, basically.
Yes, it has a shelf life. Yes, it has a goddamn shelf life. It happened to me. Okay? You can't be a goddamn you can't be a well-to-do educated black male in the realm of white people. You can't do it. It's not happening. I'm sorry. It's just not happening. The only reason why, and this is just the unfortunate thing. Listen, I looked at Alpha Core. I looked at it. I'm just like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, well, let
Just
me ask you this before I let you go in further. Is it reflecting in his work?
yes.
Okay, because I've only seen a couple panels, so I'm not. To me, I defer to you. So you're the expert here.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was doing that. He was putting that in the
It's
work.
coming out. It's like okay, I'm trying not to be woke in this and all that other stuff. No, it's coming out.
Really?
I already read the second, third. I already read the second ISOM comic, and I'm like, oh shit. I was like, oh shit.
Really?
Stop. Please stop while you're ahead. Because this is what I'm talking about. You're hanging out with Nerdrotic, you're hanging out with heel versus babyface. Don't know why you need to do that, right? Just stay where you are. Like stay with the for canon's sake, just stay there. But you don't want to do that.
That is very, very interesting. Yeah, I've been. Shout out to the king. Yeah, even I could see that. Like, don't these dudes ain't gonna ride for you like that, you know? And Yellow Flash and all those guys. It's like, what are we doing? Oh man, I didn't know he was putting it into work. Honestly, I just thought he found a moment that galvanized everybody. I didn't know he's put it in his actual work. Wow.
No. No, that's why I stopped going on these panels. I stopped watching.
Oh,
I just said, yo, fam, and then now you want to make a podcast with them, and I'm like, for what reason? For what reason? Now you're losing subscribers.
Okay.
I can tell you why.
Here's the bigger question. Will there ever be a time when black content creators or on whatever platform, will there ever be a time where they can go to others and not have to, you know, either dumb themselves down or make themselves smaller, that way not to offend the others? Because what you're saying is, if it's true with Eric July, then that means nobody, Lucas couldn't. That means Lucas can't go do it anymore like he did. He tried it, and they got him. They got his ass up out of there. ABL couldn't pull it off. Brandon Tatum, as much as people like, but if Brandon Tatum got it on a panel with a bunch of Stormfront guys for too long, they would remind him, hey, you're not one of us, bro. You know. So
I mean, no, like I would say, like for black people, unfortunately, we can only rely on each other. Like unfortunately, as much as we don't like each other half the time, you know, listen, I'm glad that me and Sly talk and all this other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because I like talking to Sly, you know what I'm saying? I think, we talk on the back end, not all the time, but we talk. But you know what I'm saying? I think black men themselves have got it. This is how and I hate that. And listen, I know guys are gonna, oh, see, there goes Red sings the blues again. This is how black men are just completely fucking weak. All right, like you can try to be like you can have six-pack muscles, you can look like the big black guy, but in the realm of white people, it's like, bro, you're the weakest link. I'm sorry. Like you just look like the weakest link. If you can't do it on your own, right? Without white people's help, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You just bucking. I'm sorry. You're just a buck breaker. I'm sorry that's what you look like to me. All right. Listen, I was so happy when I got demonetized and people left my channel. I was very happy about that. You want to know why? Because I was free.
okay,
I was free I didn't care if I was a nobody to most people. I didn't care about that. Like, who cares? I'm just a dude from New Jersey with opinions. Okay? Like that doesn't matter to me. I don't need to make money. Like, I mean, I already have a good job. I have things going on for me. So, this YouTube shit or this culture war shit no skin off my bones. But I got to meet I met some cool people along the way. That's all. But when it comes down to like black men in general, and I'm sorry, it's just like how I see it. You know, if we want to be truly independent or we want to have power in this, then we have to do it on our own. You have to like attract people with the product or just like what kind of thing you are,
mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm,
Versus like you're trying to and watching Eric July for years, it's kind of apparent like, okay, you're against Black Lives Matter. I got that. Like, okay,
right,
everybody shouldn't have gotten with Black Lives Matter to begin with.
right,
But like then after that, it's like, well, I need to do more, stuff with white people versus like black people. Because be reminded now, when it came down to like the other dude that did that, like the Pharaoh comic or something like that, you can call him like a liberal, a black woke liberal, whatever you want to
oh,
call
Jay
him.
Farrell.
I believe so. I don't remember. He does like the
He does
Pharaoh.
imitations,
He was
impersonation.
I don't know, but he was on Shark Tank. He was trying to sell his comic book, and I I forget his name,
Okay,
but he's black,
okay,
right? He went after Eric July. Eric July flamed him for that. But when it came down to like fucking what's his name? Ethan, right? Like same energy. If we're gonna have this same energy for the black man that tore you down, what about Ethan Van Schaefer?
right, right,
What about Ethan Van? Because I don't see the same thing,
right.
right? It's like, oh shit. Oh shit, I didn't see this coming. But when it comes down to a black man, it's like, Yo, I'm about to do a live stream. I'm about to flame this nigga.
Four
All that other
hours long.
4 hours long. When it comes down to Ethan and a white man, when it comes down to the white man, where's the same smoke?
It's crazy because you know what I don't see? I don't see black content creators jumping to defend Eric July, or maybe I'm not in those spaces enough to see them. I don't see it. Do you see it?
Well, I see a pattern.
Okay.
The pattern in which I see is this: there are people that bought the comic book, but they didn't read it.
Okay.
They
break it
bought
down.
it.
Break it down. Okay.
So what that means is, this is a black man with a company, but this is not a black man with valuable content. Black Sands Comics. Yeah, that's the one. Black Sands Comics. Yes, yes. Black Sands Comics. Thank you, Hunter Ellis. Black Sands Comics. You know? Yeah. But yeah. Uh so basically what that means is, and in many different cases, it just says, we like you because you have a multi-million dollar company in which we need to, I would say, like, fight our battles for us because we can't do it, right? So we're going to use you in order to do what we need to do. Now, again, be reminded, yeah, I got Isam's comic right there, and it's worth a lot of money. For now, I can go on eBay right now and get $3K out of that. It's
Really?
worth it. Yes.
Oh, that's
Isom
crazy.
comics are worth some bread right now. It really
Okay.
is. Isom comics are worth bread. You know, Tim Pool, he's got the cosigns from a lot of white people, so there's money in it. Okay? Had it not been that, this comic would be worthless.
Okay. Okay. That now you're saying you took me right where I was going to. Okay. Continue. Go ahead.
But yeah, no, but I'm saying, look, I don't want to be that guy. I really don't. But
No,
let's
be that guy. That's why you're
let's be
here.
clear. Let's be clear here. Let's just get it out there. Let's just say it's not me hating. It's just the way of the land. Okay. If you didn't have a multi-million dollar company and cater to a non-woke demographic, nobody would know you.
Right.
It was all, well, Gene, also it was crowdfunded. So basically it was a bunch of white people that said, yeah, I want to see, yeah, I want a non-woke comic book. Whatever that means.
So, okay, two questions. So, where does he go from here? So, where does he go from here? And when does he get his wake up call? Oof. I mean the real one. I mean not the YouTube version. I mean the real one. Like,
I don't know. I mean, you want the truth or not? I don't know. Because I believe from now, because people are you're already burning bridges with a lot of people, Ethan Van and all these other white people, which again, that's gonna bite you in the ass. But again, like, these are people that have been in the business and all that other stuff. And I'm not saying that he's not, look, I'm not saying that he's not doing well for himself. That's not what I'm trying to say, or he's not going to do well, period. But at a certain point, people get bored. Okay. People will get bored, and it's just going to be like, it's going to be another angry man thing. Like, why are people doing that? And
now, remember, we talked a while ago, and I said we both agreed that basically he should have humbled himself and not thrown his success in people's faces, right? And I said eventually he's going to offend the very people he's trying to cater to, or you offend enough of the people that don't like you to whether they're going to take steps to hinder that. And what do you say? Should he at this point just start humbling himself, dialing it back, maybe get off of YouTube and just focus on the comics? What if you had to give him the shoulder moment? What would you tell him? Is it too late?
Stop doing the podcast.
Okay.
Stop doing the podcast with Neurotic and Heel versus Babyface.
Okay.
Stop playing video games with geeks versus geeks and gamers.
Okay.
Stop. Don't monetize your haters. Don't do that. I mean, I'm in there. It's fun to watch, but you know, after a while, it you know.
I ain't gonna front. When the white boy went to his great granddaddy gravesite, a little bit of a piece of me chuckled because I'm like, this is how petty. This is what they do. Like, how did you not?
You're not special. Like you. Okay, an educated black man. You're not special to them.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Right.
Like educated black men.
Yeah.
We make those every day. Yeah, we make those every day. Educated black people. Yeah. Make me really want to hate you. Okay? Like here. I would rather be a black man that is respected and well hated by white people, which I am, versus a black man that is well liked by white people.
Okay.
There is a difference between the two.
Yes.
Big difference.
Yes.
A black man that knows his shit and can do it on his own, needing nobody's help, is well hated yet respected. Because it's like, I hate that nigga because he black, but I respect that nigga.
Respect that
nigga.
Right.
Because he don't need my help.
Say that shit again.
I can say it because I've been able to. I don't need a white person's help. Hell, my channel is dead, but I don't care. I'm still alive, nigga. But again, versus a lot of black people that want to, buck dance and hoop and holler and do all this other stuff, thinking that because I'm educated and I'm well spoken and all this other stuff, and white people feel bad for me and the black community. White people look at you like, that's the nigga we gonna use.
Let me ask you this. Why is he not being the beacon for other black comic book creators? Why is he not holding up the flare gun and say, hey, everybody that's y'all come here. This is where you need to be. Why is he not doing that?
You need that answer. Look at his circle.
I mean, it's I still want to yes. Just for conversation purposes.
But for conversation purposes, because then it would be, because his audience, and we all know this, his audience is majority white. It's literally it's I can tell by like just how people.
I look in the comments. Listen, that's a hell of a slippery. That's a slope I don't even want to be a part of, because that at any moment you get out of line and it's over. Yeah,
there you go. Yeah. Why do you think people of all different colors and races hated my channel? That's why it didn't really take off that much, but it was well hated enough for people to start saying my name and stuff. But I listen, white people hated my guts. You know what I'm saying? Like I said shit that white people didn't like, but I was respected for it, because again, I don't need your money. I make my own money. Okay. Well, I just have opinions.
Let me ask you this. Is part of Eric July not being the beacon for other black comic book creators, is that the Highlander syndrome? There can only be one? Because Spider-Man acts, and I agree with him. Is that part of the problem? Yeah,
because, I need to be, the black man on top. If I'm not the black man on top, what kind of black man am I? Like, again, but this is like I wouldn't say a catch-22, but it's more or less like a black. This is just the black. I want to say, man, I don't even want to go there. But I guess you can say that it is the black psychology of after 400 years of slavery, I guess you can say. And I'm not trying to bring it there or bring it towards race or anything, but psychologically speaking, if a black man has more than $1 million and he didn't do it on his own and got crowdfunded by people, well, who was the majority giving it to him?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, he'd be beholden to that majority demographic or crowd that they get. Yeah, he had to do what That's his market. Yeah,
So
I
you have
understand.
to, so you have to be honestly, you have to be like you have to say, just for everyone, not just white people. I mean, not just black people. You have to say everybody. So you cannot you cannot disassociate yourself from like who your catered demographic is because then you're losing out on their money. I know how
Okay,
this works.
let me ask you this: if he had just said, "I'm going to do a comic book for just an urban comic book for urban people, urban markets," and he only got maybe a third of the money, say he didn't get 1 million, he got 100,000. Do you think he still would have done it?
No.
So you're saying he made a conscious effort to say, okay, this I'm going to cater to these people over here that don't look like me because I know I can get more money out of the situation, fame, prestige, whatever the case may be.
I mean, it's more or less of a I can eat. You know, Eric July eating. I know he is.
Man, listen, I wish he
I
stopped
don't blame
posting.
him.
I know I don't either, but my problem is every time he posts the numbers and the stats, I'm just like, bro, why are you showing everybody, the finances? Like, stop doing that.
It's not even about independent artists anymore.
Okay.
I wish it was, but it's not. Because even for me as an independent artist, I even know not to give out my algorithm. Maybe once or twice to be transparent with you. But to be quite honest with you, okay, so it's recent video about what was it? Scott Pilgrim takes off.
I didn't
Now I'm
watch it,
watching
but yeah, break it down for me.
I'm
Yeah.
watching this series. I mean it's cool to me. I like it. I'm like, I mean, a lot of people will be like, oh, well, Scott Pilgrim is woke. Scott Pilgrim is woke. Scott Pilgrim is woke. Like I said before, and I'll say it again. Okay, so if you don't want to see anything woke, right, like an idiot, um, you got anything that I can watch that's on Netflix that isn't woke,
Yeah.
that has your agenda or has your thing, where I see your your little conniptions and all that other stuff, where your niche is catered to?
Hmm.
No? Okay, then shut up.
Well, here's the thing for me. I don't dislike Nerdrotic, Yellow Flash, Critical Drinker. Oh, I don't dislike them.
I don't hate them. I actually take not even inspiration, but I understand like where the critical drinker is coming from.
Right.
Right. Like, but in essence, that's why I watch the critical drinker. I don't watch him because of his anti woke takes, because he actually has some things that I actually do agree with him on as a critic.
Okay.
You know,
Right. And here's my thing. I watch them because if I wanted somebody to hear critique their people, it's coming from them. I want to hear their own people critique them. So I enjoy their content because I'm getting the tea from inside, basically. And I'm seeing them fight their own battles. Their battles are not mine to fight. I have my own personal issues with DC and then Marvel, whatever the case may be, and I wouldn't try to align myself with them. Well, yeah, I don't like how they did it. We're in agreement. We can agree, but once you start stepping onto their playground, it's like, okay, now you do read the room. You do know where you're at, right? You're gonna have to handle yourself in accordingly to where you're at, and I don't want to have to do that. You
Right, of
know,
course.
but if a neurotic says, hey, I saw you guys live the other day. I don't know who you guys are, but I like you. Come through. I'm like, Ray, what you want to do?
All right, you want to go? You want
one time? We were like one time thing. You know what I'm saying?
There's gonna be one and done.
Yeah, that's exactly one or two.
Listen, I'm doing the Ramil thing. One and done.
One and done. Yes, or maybe twice and be out. But we understand, like, okay, that's a whole different playground over there, whole different ideology, whole different mindset. Yeah, there's some things we agree upon, but when I saw them specifically bring him on to kind of shore up their points, it's like, you don't need him, unless you're just gonna roll him out like as a spectacle. Be like, look, we got Eric July here. speak. And that's what I felt like months ago when I saw him, going over to Yellow Flash and all these other guys. I was like, why is he doing this? He doesn't need to. Hell, I would say his voice is probably as big as all of them collectively.
It is. It really is. But again, you have to see the value in yourself, though.
There you go. And you believe he doesn't see the value in himself?
I think he does, but unfortunately, it's like it's blinded by like having to fight battles that really aren't yours.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Like, okay, culture war, that in and of itself is a Western thing, right? But like to many people, it's honestly a white thing, right? Because yeah, we like black people, we got L Gibbets and all that in our community, but we pretty much like we pretty much make that a spectacle, right? It doesn't bother us. It doesn't phase us that much. Or if it does, I mean, your family might have to be Jehovah's Witness or Baptist in order to really give a shit.
Right.
But like majority of black people be like, whatever, like whatever. Right? But to white people, okay, that is a absolute no. Even for the most liberal of white people, it is an absolute no. It's like, yeah, we tolerate it, but but in order to get this trust fund money or anything else like that, you gonna have to listen. There are rules to be made.
And yeah, I was stalking his page. I mean, I'm subbed to him, but I got him. I haven't turned off all the notifications. Right, I only pop in when I want to. And then he was talking about the NDA. He couldn't stream for a couple of days. I'm just like, dude, like I'm telling you, one of these days I'm gonna catch a live and I'm gonna super chat like, nigga, stop. Like you're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like,
unfortunately,
like
stop. Just don't tell people where you are. I stopped doing it a long time ago. I'll alert people to what I'm doing regarding like a new video that's coming out, like my cartoon video. I just let people know, hey, it's coming out soon, But that's it. Like I'm not telling people where I'm going or what I'm doing or anything else like that. What the fuck am I gonna do? Like what are you gonna do with that information? Why do you think somebody went to your grandfather's grave for?
And that's the thing. I didn't feel bad they did it because I felt like you dared them to do so.
That's what he did. I mean, what else is there for me to say except like you let people know 24/7 where you are.
Yeah.
What you're doing. It's just like stop it. Just stop. Okay, nobody needs to know where you are.
I ain't gonna front. That shit was funny as hell. I'm sorry, bro. He had the Casey Jones mask. When you sent me that picture, I chuckled. I fell the fuck out. I was like, what is this shit?
Oh shit. Yeah, man. I just think that with this whole Eric July thing, it's just, oh man, it's like, oh man, I don't want to go there, but Jesus Christ, I'm not gonna be a part of the not gonna be a part of this monetize your hater shit because I know that I know somebody gonna be in the trenches and send that to Eric July and be like, hey, these two guys are hating on you. You might want to have a monetize your haters thing on these cats. I'm gonna be like, nigga, what? No, I don't hate Eric July that much in order to say this shit, but I just see where this shit is going.
Okay, let me ask you. Might be a dumb question. Has he ever had any black people on his platform?
I mean, like a few people, not to the point where like I can count.
Well, is it anybody we would know or anybody of significance or
no?
So he wants to be the big fish,
basically.
Sucker shit, man.
I mean, look, hey, hey, you know how black men are.
See now, no, because what this is doing to me now. Now I'm like, now I want his attention. The more we talk about this, the more the nonsense we see. Now it's like, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like, okay,
I said he reveal shit. What's some Todd City reveal shit?
Bro,
you really gonna?
Because somebody.
I might just do it. Shit.
Now, yeah. Now
I might do it.
See, I want to get his attention because ain't nobody gonna tell him what he needs to. Even if he doesn't listen, I just want to be that one footnote in history. Hey, that dude, I don't know who the fuck that guy, but he told Eric July to stop this dumb shit. If it's one of us, you know what I'm saying?
Look, I mean, even with I mean, for me, right? It's like, okay, you can have me on monetize your haters. I don't give a shit. But it's like, dude, I don't hate you. I just think that with what's going on with the current, like, it's not even, it has nothing to do with liberalism or
Right,
woke or anything else like that,
right.
bro. It's with everything else. People are like, all right, I see where this is coming from,
Yeah.
and it's like, hold on.
Salute.
But it's like all right, so when we have black people on your channel, it's all like we gonna be on for 4 hours, people super chatting and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a whole like WWE thing for the next 4 hours, and then you put it on your join button. But then it comes down to Ethan Van and all them cats, like white people. Then it's like, well, I didn't know this was gonna happen. You know, like tuck my tail in and shit. And I was just like, oh,
And that's the thing. He could create his own universe with comic book creators, black comic, and not. I mean, and he could be the sun and have the planets around him, but it be his own people. There's no telling what the limits would be for that content if he, just put the fucking, the beacon out. Because okay, so when I see black content creators talk about DC and Marvel, there's no one black person to say, hey, y'all we all come over here together, we congregate together, we're gonna talk about this shit on our terms, how we see it. It's all spread out and sparsed out. And I'm just like, why he wants to continue to be like this? They always galvanize together.
But you gotta understand, but you gotta understand, like for black people, you know, when it comes down to, nerdy stuff or just comic books or video games or anything else like that, black people get the crap beaten out of them. We get the shit beaten out of us if you were reading Naruto or anything else like that back in the day when I was in a black church, black church. I was getting the crap beaten. I had to learn to fight. That was when I had to learn to fight. I was getting the shit beaten out of me because I was playing Pokemon or playing Yu-Gi-Oh with my friends or stuff like that. And there were only like three black boys, me included, that were playing or reading or reading comic books.
Mm-hmm.
That was like an anomaly. Nowadays, now it's accepted for some apparent reason because now all of a sudden, oh, black people are nerds too. Black people this and black people that, which drives me nuts because it's just like, oh, now we exist, right? When I was getting the shit beaten out of me, where were you?
Well, sometimes
Now y'all niggas want sympathy. Fuck you.
some of us have to crawl for the others to run. I understand. I get. I feel you.
Man, fuck that shit. Man, fuck that shit.
I feel you, bro.
You ain't gonna come to me and SBE about all this shit. Oh, black people, this. Yeah, SBE me to death on how you had it bad. All right, on how you had it bad, nigga. I had to fight niggas from giving me swirlies, nigga. The fuck? Get out of here. All right, I don't want to hear all you bullshitting.
Ain't nobody wants to be the pioneers.
And nobody wanted to be the pioneer. Oh, now all of a sudden, now we want to. Oh, see, now black people, it's racist. Everything's racist. Oh, shut up. All of you, shut up.
God just said your friend was the John Lewis of black nerds.
Shut up. All y'all niggas can go to hell.
Hey,
all right? I died for your sins, nigga. I died for your sins, nigga. That's what I did. Okay? So now all of you can go complain about how Black Panther was the greatest movie of all time, even though it wasn't. Niggas in dashikis and shit. I couldn't even go see the goddamn movie because all I heard was a bunch of Humbaye. That's all I heard. God damn it.
That is hilarious. Final question before I let you go. Roz asks, but does Eric want to be saved? Is the question.
No.
I don't think
No.
Eric thinks he needs to be saved.
I don't think he needs to. No, listen, don't save him. He don't want to be saved.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look,
Yeah.
listen, it is his business. It's his problem. That's all I can tell you. All right, it's his business, his problem. But if that's how he wants to, if that's how it's gonna be, I'm gonna let it rock.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna let it rock. Just don't be a guy to be like finding me. Oh, that's Red Sings the Blues. Go get him. Have him on Monetize Your Haters and shit. I'm gonna just be up there being like, I'm gonna do some Ramil shit. I'm gonna be prepared for it. I'm gonna be like, okay, so when I'm on here, it's all fun and dandy. It's all you know, you want to destroy me and all that. But when it comes down to Ethan Van or anybody else like that, you kowtow and cower pretty much. Like, we can't have the same energy for the same people. I got smoke for everybody. All right, I take my L's the same way I take my W's. In stride, nigga. Let's go.
God damn it, Club Fortune. I'm done.